Hi, third grade. This is Mrs. Wabma, and I'm going to share with you today some information about the Monheart Lovelace Battle of the Books contest. So, when we were here a couple weeks ago, I shared with you information about 10 books. I talked a little bit about each and told you that if you read 3 of those books, you'd be able to vote with kids around Minnesota later this year. We also use those same 10 books for Battle of the Books. This is a competition where you work together with 3 or 4 students in third grade to read all 10 of those books. In the end, each of you will read 2 or 3 of those books because you'll be working together to read all 10. Then in the spring, in May, we have a competition where third graders from all 3 classes compete against each other to win first, second, or third place. So you might be wondering, how do I get to be on a Battle of the Books team? Every student in third grade is invited to be on a Battle of the Books team. Something I want you to think about is being on a team with kids who are different from you. Diversity, being different from each other, is a strength. So you might want to be thinking, I want to be on a team with all my best friends. But if you think about it, you and your best friends might be really similar. Being on a team with kids who are different is good because there's a book that you might not think you want to read, and if someone is different from you, they might be interested in that book. For example, in the book Fort I told you last week about, there is a scene in the book where a boy uses a slingshot to kill a squirrel. He cuts it open, takes the guts out, skins the squirrel, and cooks it over a fire before eating it. When I read that, I was kind of grossed out. But if I had someone on my team who was different from me, they might think that was fascinating. So when you're thinking about making a team, think about kids who you would work well with, but also kids who are different from you. I have a website for Battle of the Books, so if you go to our Poplar Bridge page and click Media Center and scroll down to student links, Battle of the Books is right here. If you click Battle of the Books, it will pop you over to the page. The one most important part of this page is the team checklist. The team checklist looks like this. It has all of the books, there are 10 of them there, that you have to read, and across the top you will type in the names of the kids on your team. I will help you get this ready once we make the teams. So don't worry about this right now, but I wanted to show you we have a tool ready for you to help keep track of who is reading which books. At the competition, we ask questions about those books. Last summer I read all 10 books and I wrote questions for each one. Every question will always start out with, in which book did, and then I'll give you a clue. You and the people on your team have to work together to remember the title of that book. Let's do a practice with a picture book that everyone knows about. In which book did a girl trick everybody in her school to shave their heads because she was sick and tired of them copying her hairdos? Think about it. This book is by Robert Munsch. The title is Stephanie's Ponytail. Here's one more example. In which book did a rabbit build a huge fence around Krakenhopper Field to keep the carrots in? If you guessed the book Creepy Carrots, you are correct. So at the competition, we have a lot of fun, and we just answer questions about the books we've read. If you have any questions, come and see me in the Media Center, and I will help you. Next time your class is here, I'm going to help you with getting your docs ready to keep track of who is reading which book. But for today, after book checkout, I want you to start talking to kids in your class about organizing a team. Remember, 3 or 4 students need to be on a team. Let Mrs. Peterson know, and she will write down your names and give them to me. And after that, we'll do quiet reading. Again, next week, if you have questions, you can ask, and then I will also help Battle of the Books teams start to get organized for who is reading which book. Thanks, everyone.